Hello everybody and welcome to our video channel. Today we are going to talk with you about C# for Plant 3D and quite useful thing. You may know that standard Plant 3D supports or valves doesn't have OSNAP points. So I will show you how to switch them on. What it is useful for. When we have them, as you can see now, then we can, let's say, create additional steel structure, or we can measure the distance between the valves, whatever. So what I use usually, I create the guide support using slide support. So I just design additional L profile, but I need to understand and I need to snap to this bottom plate, and I can move it to have the gap, let's say 5 millimeters, and also I will mirror it. So just in a few clicks I have it ready, because I used to restore the I used to explode the support before, and only then I designed additional steel structure, but there is no need now. And another example, this guide support, I usually make the frame from U profiles for it. I will show you how easy it is working now. So it snaps to the center of the plate. So just in a few clicks I have the frame ready, because as I said, that in history I exploded each supports, then I modeled this additional steel structures, and it took much more time than now. So I will show you how I created this helping plugin, and if you want, you can repeat my steps and you will have this amazing plugin for you as well. So let's get started. First of all, we need to create the project. So let's start Visual Studio and let's create class library. Let's call it, I will call it like SPDS Plant 3D OSNAP. And I think that I will keep the project and the solution in the same folder. So I need to check here and click next. Here in this roll down menu, I need to select this new .NET 8, and that's it with this part. The next thing what we need to do is to add references, AutoCAD references I mean. So let's go to the folder with installed AutoCAD. So in program files, Autodesk, AutoCAD, and let's find references. So I see core mgd.dll. The next one is acdb.dll. The next one acdb, and also we need to have from Plant 3D, so it is pnp 3D objects.dll. Okay, so now we have all the needed ready. And one important thing, we need to switch off the copy local issue. So we don't need to copy it local. It means that when we build the project, we don't have in this project included these DLL libraries. And the second important issue is that here in the project we need to set the configuration of debug and release to x64.any CPU. That's must be thin. So now we have everything ready, and no, almost everything. We need to also set up the debug environment. So I'll just copy the path to the AutoCAD application, and here in debug I will create new profile, and the path to the AutoCAD I will insert here, and CMD command to Plant 3D I will copy from this shortcut as well. So I'll just copy it. Oh, sorry, and insert here. And let's say rename this profile to Plant 3D. Okay, good. So now now we are ready actually. Let's start with coding. So I will rename this class to commands. Here we will store our commands, and next I will just propose to see what RX classes we have in Plant 3D. I mean, what RX class is the support and the valve and the pipe, etc. For this reason, let's create static class. Let's call it RX class helper, and inside this class let's have a void method. Let's call it get RX class. Okay, so what here? We need to add using for editor input, and also using Autodesk.AutoCAD runtime, and using Autodesk.AutoCAD.database services. Okay, good. So then let's start with document. Doc equals application document manager MDI active document, and editor add equals doc.editor. And then we need to select the entity. Let's create the variable per editor.getEntity, and if per status is not okay, then we just return and say that no entity is selected. And then we need to start the transaction. When we have it started, our entity is transaction get object, open mode for read as entity, and if entity equals null, then we just return. It is just small validation, you know. Not null, just return, because we have void method, and everything remain. Just retrieve the RX class. So RX class, we don't have to trust Copilot for 100%. So entity get RX class, and then just let's write all the needed information in the command line. So editor, write message. Here we need the first, let's output the type, so get type full name, and it is not RX class but the entity type, and the second row would be RX class name, So let's okay, let's keep it like this. And also, if let's see the DXF code, so divs, okay, let's accept it. Okay, so the main body is ready, and then we need to create the command. For this reason, we need to add also using for Autodesk AutoCAD runtime, and we need to add this command method. Let's call it like SPDS get Rx class, and just inside will be this our created Rx class, get Rx class method, and actually that's it. Let's check it in the AutoCAD. So I will copy the full path of our newly created DLL, and let's start with AutoCAD. Okay, so let's load our new DLL, and you can see that now we have this command here. So let's check it. Let's insert some support and some well, and let's check their Rx class. So for the valve, you can see here, and for the support, the same. Okay. So once we know the Rx classes, we can continue with new item, and I will call it SPDS OsnapOverrule. Okay, so again, we need to add using Autodesk.AutoCAD database services, and this class will be also public, and it will be inherited from overrule. So inherited OsnapOverrule. So actually everything we need just to override the method, the bool method, if is content snappable or not. And as a parameter, we need to send to it entity. And actually, we need to set this parameter to true. So we will return true. And that's it, but we need to do it for special Rx classes. For this reason, we will create the overrule methods for our Rx classes. So we will create private static read-only fields and call it support class. It is Rx object get class, but we need to add also process power and PNP 3D objects. When we have it added, we can access to the class of support. And the same for the valve. The valve, as you remember, it is pipe inline asset. So pipeline inline asset class also is Rx object get class type of pipe inline asset. Okay, so for these two Rx classes, we will switch on this is context snappable value. So let's create two helper methods. First one, enable. In the enable class, we will change the overrule add we will add overrule for the support class and instance, and here should be false. And the same we need to add overrule for pipeline inline asset, and overrule is true and enabled also true. This is only for toggle. And the same class for disable, so here it looks like correct. And good, and we need to create method also to for the field is enabled. And the last thing we need to create the toggle method, I mean then if our instance is enabled, we will disable it. I mean OSNAP overrule and vice versa. But first we will check if instance is equal to null. We will create the object, and if enabled we disable, and if disabled we will enable it, and that's it. And it should work in our document, so we should start the transaction and then to make these things to do. So again, using transaction equals doc dot database transaction manager stand transaction, and all this piece of code we will insert here into this transaction. So let's move it up. Okay. And actually it's gonna work, but I think that it would be great to add some information for end user. So edited write message that OSNAP overall disabled, and here write message that it was enabled. And that's it. And the last thing, we need to commit the transaction. So transaction commit. And actually that's it. But also I think let's regent the editor. Okay. So let's check what we have. Let's load our newly created plugin and let's toggle. Okay, you can see that we hit the message and it's working. So I hope it was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe. There will be much more interesting things here.